it's Judy Klock at Stampin' with Crafty Klock. Thanks so much for stopping by my YouTube channel to check out my latest video. I hope that you like what I have in store for you. Ready? Let's go. Hi Stampers! Happy New Year's Eve! It's Judy Klock here at Stampin' with Crafty Klock. I'm so glad that you decided to swing by tonight for a quick little video. I know it's New Year's Eve, but I wanted to end the year on a positive note, so I wanted to come by tonight and share with you the lovely Hydrangea Hill suite. This will be in the new January to June mini catalog, which is going live to customers on January 5th. So I want to give you a little sneak peek of what's coming. And this is also going to be the set that Patty Jean and I will feature, hey Mary, for our February Stampin' Bingo. Yep, Stampin' Bingo is back and it's going to be even better this year. So check out my emails and it will have all the information for both the Stampin' Bingo, which is coming up on February 6th, and also my January class to go, which will feature the beautiful Fine Arts Floral Suite. This one is coming up soon. You need to RSVP by January 6th so I can make sure that I have all the supplies to you in time for class on January 17th. End of the year kind of caught me off guard, and so there's a little bit of a time crunch in order to get this class to go. All right. Hey, Fran, how are you today? So without further ado, let's take a look at the products that come in the Hydrangea Hill suite. Obviously, you get the Hydrangea Heaven stamp set with all these lovely images and sentiments. You can bundle it up and get the matching dies to go. And we're going to use 3 of these dies tonight. We're going to use the big hydrangea, the little, I guess, like flower head and a little tag, little label. You also get this gorgeous designer series paper. Look, and the colors are Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, Rococo Rose, Misty Moonlight, Seaside Spray, Old Olive, and Mossy Meadow. Aren't these just lovely? Growing up, my grandmother was really quite a good gardener. She had beautiful rose bushes, and I remember she had these lovely blue and pink hydrangea bushes also in the backyard. So this really brings back a lot of fond memories. This is some of the paper we're going to be working with tonight. This one and the reverse. And look at this. Isn't this fun? I mean, just look at those. Love it. Absolutely love this paper. You also get this gorgeous acetate paper. You get a total of 4 sheets. So you get 2 in the purple and 2 in the pink. And the purple comes with these like the smaller dots, and the bigger dots in the same with the Rococo Rose. It's got the smaller dots and the bigger dots. So you get a total of 4 of these. It also comes with this beautiful, I think this is Gorgeous Grape, sheer ribbon. Isn't that pretty? And you get these gems or these jewels, these pastel pearls, and Gorgeous Grape, Seaside Spray, Highland Heather, and you can't see them, but there's Rococo Rose in there too. We'll see these later when I take them out to work with them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do 2 cards, and our first card is really, we're going to use this gorgeous designer series paper, and we're just going to let the paper do all the work for this card. As always, if you leave a comment or give me a like or a thumbs up, you'll be entered in for a chance to win the 2 cards that we're going to make tonight. All right, so I'm going to go with a base of Seaside Spray. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to layer on a piece of Misty Moonlight that is 5 1/4 by 4, and we're just going to go ahead and put that right there. And then we're also going to put on a piece of that gorgeous designer series paper that is 5 by 3 3/4. And I mean, the paper's so pretty, we don't really need to do a whole lot. If you can leave it just like that and just stamp your sentiment up there, and that would be fine. I did go ahead and added a ribbon just to go ahead and just give it an additional pop of color. But I really think this is something that a new stamper would be very successful with. There's not a lot. So let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment on there. It's really quite a lovely sentiment. We're going to stamp that in our Misty Moonlight. We're going to tie it all in with this color. And the sentiment says, "The world is better because of you." You know, and after this year, I think we could all use a little positive reinforcement going into the new year. All right. So now that's it. That's the sum total of the stamping we're doing on this card. Easy peasy. And as always, because these are photopolymers, I pulled in my Stampin' Pierce mat so that I could make sure and I get a nice crisp image. So what is everyone doing this evening? We are just going to kind of hang out around the house. I'm hoping that I can make it until midnight, but I'm not sure that's actually going to happen. But we'll see. Hey, Debbie, how are you? Hey, Tracy, how are you? Guys, got a lot of snow out there in Colorado. Hi, Fran, how are you? Nice to have you here. I have 2 Fran Wards here, so I have to remember. All right, there we go. That's our first card, and I am going to go ahead and just add that ribbon just because I think it's so pretty, and it does add just another little tiny bit of color to our card. And why do I always lose my scissor when I need it? Who else has this problem? It's like there 1 minute and then the next minute it's totally gone. And I have like 3 pairs of them and I lose every single one of them. Okay. So we're just going to go with this scissor because I can't find my paper snips. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this around the card and I'm going to put just a little bit of my Stampin' Seal Plus on the back, and that's just going to help hold that ribbon in place. I don't know why I'm getting towards the end of this. I don't know if I have any more. I'm going to have to order some refills. All right, I'm just going to go put that there, wrap it around where I think I want it, and do that. I might just trim that little bit off. All right, now we're ready to go ahead and attach this to our card. Again, I'm using my Stampin' Seal Plus. Love the Stampin' Seal Plus. I just think it holds really well. Hey, Patricia, how are you? All right, we're going to go ahead and put that on there. I'm just going to cut another little piece, not much, maybe about like 4 inches, and I'm just going to take that and just tie that down here in a knot. And that's just going to keep it in place, and it's just going to look really, really pretty. I love this stamp set. I'm so excited for you guys to be able to purchase it on January 5th. Okay. I am going to trim this up. Okay. And there is our very first card, all set to go. Oh, I am going to add my piece of Whisper White on the inside. Whisper White, as you may know, is going away. Like I said on my Live at Lunch, the company that manufactured it, unfortunately, went out of business due to the pandemic. And they do have another product coming in. It's going to be called Basic White, but we just don't know when that will be available yet. So if you love your Whisper White, just use it judiciously until that Basic White is available. There you go, card number 1. We let that beautiful designer series paper do all the heavy lifting on this card. Thank you. The paper is so gorgeous, Fran. I love it. It's probably one of my favorite. Our next card is going to get a little bit more involved. We're going to do some die cutting. We're going to do some dabbing on with our daubers, and we're just going to have a good old time with this. So I have a piece. My base is our thick Whisper White. Again, 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. I cut a piece of that beautiful acetate, and this is 5 1/4 by 4, and we're just going to layer that on right on top of that lovely Whisper White, and this is going to be a little bit difficult, I think. Okay, all right. And we're just going to go ahead and put that down. Now I've got a piece, another piece of that gorgeous designer series paper. This is 4 by 3, and I'm just going to put that on there at an angle. Doesn't matter whether you go that way or that way. There's no right or wrong. It's however you like it. But sometimes when you just kind of put it at that little jaunty angle, it just kind of gives a little, I don't know, joie de vivre, I guess. Okay, So we got that on there. Now I'm going to do some stamping and I'm going to do some cutting. So I have here a piece of old olive, I don't know, probably 3 3/4 by 5, maybe 5 1/2. And I'm going to stamp the large flower stamp right on it because I want to get like the veins for the leaves. And although it will also stamp the flower, that will be covered up with everything except that little green dot will show through for the center. So, and you could, you know, if you wanted to do this on like a piece of white, you could do that also. But I just kind of liked, I like doing tone on tone quite a bit. I don't know why I do, I just do. All right, so we've got that. And I want to pull out the new Stamp Cut and Emboss Mini, which who of you demos out there have already gotten this, right? Couldn't wait to get our hands on it, even though we probably have a bazillion, and I do mean that as a technical term, a bazillion cutting machines. You got to get the mini because it's just so adorable. And also, like for me as an RVer, this is going to be great to take on road trips because it won't take up a lot of room and it will probably cut 90% of our dies. You know what, folks? I'm just going to trim this down just a little bit. Just because I want to make sure I get a good surface on there for sending this through the die cut machine. Okay, there we go. All right. We're going to roll that on through. And I do apologize if the camera gets a little wobbly. I have got to kind of fix my setup here, but that's a project for another day. All right, so we've got that. Now I'm going to take, I have a piece of Rococo Rose, and I'm going to take this little die. Isn't that cute? And we're going to roll that on through. All right. We're just going to get that to go through. All right. All right. We're good. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. And now you can see we have those little dots in the middle that we're going to use our U-Pick tool to just kind of poke those out, making sure we get all those little die cuts out. And what I love is that we're going to be able to kind of pull up these petals to make them look a little bit more three-dimensional. But before I do that, I want to take my little dauber, because I thought it just looked a little too plain. And you know how these flowers have that beautiful variegated shading? Well, I just want to take a little bit. I'm not going to do a lot. I'm just going to lightly kind of rub my dauber on there just to get a little bit of variegation on these flowers, okay? And you can do as much or as little as you want. It's just going to add a little bit of depth to that piece of that floral cutout. All right, let's go ahead, and I just want to, before I put the glue on, I'm just going to kind of pop up some of these to kind of give it that little bit of a three-dimensional feel. And you can do as many as you want. You don't have to do a whole lot. I'm just going to do a couple. So this is probably the most tedious part, is kind of just pushing these up and making sure that they kind of look a little bit more dimensional. All right. So like I said, I'm really excited to have this one be the stamp set that we're going to highlight during our Stampin' Bingo. We usually play like 5 games in bingo and have 4 make and takes, and there's door prizes and a goodie bag and all kinds of fun stuff. And it's quite hilarious because Patty Jean and I are quite a bit of a hot mess when it comes to doing this, but it's all good fun. We enjoy it. We love getting together with you. And since we still can't really get together in person, Zoom is the next best thing to being there, right? All right. I think that's enough for now. I just wanted to get some of those up. I'm going to take my little silicone mat, move that out of the way. I'll need that for again in a bit. And I have somewhere over here a little bit of glue. Oh, this is what I wanted to use. I'm going to use a little bit of a glue pen. I was using the fine tip glue pen, Stampin' Ups, but it just broke on me yesterday, so I have to order a new one. So in the meantime, I'm going to have to make do with this one. Okay. All right. I don't need a lot on there. And now there is a way that this goes on there so that it matches up perfectly. So the two images match up perfectly. All right. So now we've got that on there. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take some of our liquid glue and just kind of put it on the back of here. And I'm using liquid glue because that stem is really kind of thin and it's not really going to hold any of our Stampin' Seal adhesive. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and pop that on there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I had like a little tickle in my throat. Okay. Using my new Stampin' Up swag. Woo! My upline gave it to me for on stage. So, all right, we're going to tie a bow. Again, love this ribbon. It's just so, so pretty. I think we had that real red sheer ribbon in the August and December mini. And now we've got this gorgeous grape one. Oh, I just love this sheer ribbon. I love it because it just ties so beautifully. It makes such pretty bows. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I feel like anybody can be successful with this ribbon. I have to say, not really a fan of the ribbon that comes with the Fine Arts Suite. I've tried playing with it. I'm not really feeling it, you know, but I'm sure that there are many that will like it. That's what's the beauty. There's so many different ribbons that we can use what we want when we want. Okay, I'm going to grab a glue dot here. Use my scissor to pick it up. Okay, I'm just going to kind of put a little glue dot underneath the flower there, and we're going to just press that down. Oh, so pretty. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to stamp another little sentiment in our gorgeous grape. Oh, I'm sorry, in our Highland Heather. And I'm going to stamp it on this piece. And then we're going to die cut that out with that little, like this little label die that came in the set. All right, so this says, "You are capable of amazing things." Again, I just feel like this year we just needed to have a lot of positive affirmation going into the new year. Because really, we are all capable of amazing things. We just don't really realize it. What does it say? You never know the strength of a woman until you put her in hot water or something like that. Okay, let's bring back the mini just for a minute. Okay, and that was a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, I just spilled my water all over my designer series paper, so yay me. Thankfully, it was all off camera, I hope. I'm just such a hot mess some days. Hey, Debbie, thank you for saying bingo was fun. We have fun doing it. All right, we're just going to quickly run this through, get that little label cut off. And this one adds that great stitching, just like so many of our new dies do. It gives you that like stitched effect, which I think is just so pretty. All right, I'm going to take some mini Stampin' Dimensionals. We're just going to put them right there. Okay, get some of this stuff out of our way. Sometimes these little covers come off easier than others. This is not one of those times. Okay, we're going to just put that right there. And then to finish it off, I'm going to add just a couple of these pastel pearls. And remember I said there was also Rococo Rose? You'll see it. It's up here. Voila, there it is. Okay, and I'm just going to pick these up maybe and just kind of put them. I struggle with these little things. Who else struggles with these? Trying to pick them up and put them down. Anybody else? Where are my people doing that? Okay. This is just not going as planned. All right, and one more. And there you have it. That is the Hydrangea Hill suite of products. So that's it for me tonight. I hope everyone has a very happy and safe New Year. I will see you back here next Thursday. Be sure to check out my new Live at Lunch, Tuesdays at noon. It's not in the VIP group. It is on the my main business page. Happy New Year, everyone. See you.